People came for me because they're like, well, you don't want to grow with your man? No, because my man should already be established. But if a man at the moment cannot provide for what lifestyle I want to attain right now or what I can give myself right now, why are you here? To not humiliate yourself in these humiliationships, thinking that if you act the right way, if you have to change something about yourself, then you'll finally be picked. It's not going to happen like that. And if other people don't want to tell you, then I will. Because no, I'm not going to subject myself to suffering and going 50-50 with a man when I can just give myself 100% and not expect anything out of it. Stop accepting crumbs because you're ruining it for the rest of people who expect a whole damn meal. Jumbo everyone, welcome or welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about humiliationships are not worth you suffering and learn how to love yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. This video is kind of going off tandem of my last video, which was talking about is having a boyfriend embarrassing, and in this video I wanted to talk about the step before having a boyfriend, which is a humiliationship. Yes, that is my phrase for situationships now, is a humiliationship, and you couldn't catch me in one buki even if the man tried. Sis, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. If it's not mutual, let it go. If you are begging this man to be in a relationship, let it go. Men do what they want. If that man wanted to be in a relationship with you, he would. If he wanted to give you everything that you were asking, he would. But he doesn't, because he doesn't like you. If you haven't seen my Confessions of a Former Pick-Me, I would highly suggest going and watching that video. In this video, I'm also going to be talking about how embarrassing it can be for yourself as a woman to be in a humiliation. So like I said, some of y'all are thinking a humiliationship. Yes, it's a form of a situationship where you are okay with being humiliated and embarrassed just to say that you are in some type of connection with this man. Even if you want the relationship, he doesn't, he wants the relationship, you don't, whatever the situation is, it's called a humiliationship, and that's the only way that I'm going to refer to it in this video and from now on.
Pretty much the only times in my life that I look back upon and I'm genuinely regretful of is when I've been in situationships. Like, I think situationships are the most soul-sucking thing to do, especially if you're somebody who tends to be more of like a lover girl, which I definitely am. And I try not to be regretful of a lot of things in life. Like, I truly believe your best lessons are learned by making mistakes, right? Like, you have to learn the right way by sometimes doing the wrong thing. But when I look back on my life, the only times that I'm like, I just wish I would have left it so much sooner and saved myself the hurt is when I've been in situationships. Because like I said, I just think they're so soul-sucking, right? Like, you are so desperate for somebody to like you or choose you or want you that you are willing to put your own wants and needs aside in order to like maintain some sort of connection, right? And it's funny because when I look back on these situationships that I had in like my early 20s, mid 20s, I don't even know why I was doing it because I don't even think I really like the other person. And it's not even their fault. Like, I look back at those situations and I'm like, not mad at the guys who did it because they were being clear with how they felt about me. I was the one who was not seeing it. I was the one who was not taking their action and what they were telling me at face value. I was the one who kept it going and who was playing games. And truly, at the end of the day, the only person that I was playing was myself because I was settling for crumbs of a relationship just in order to maintain some sort of connection with somebody that I look back on and I'm like, we had nothing in common. I don't even know why I wanted that so much, right? And I think it just, you can look back at those times and realize that like you just weren't sure of yourself. You didn't have a lot of self-worth and you were looking for that validation in other people, especially from people who weren't giving it to you the way that you wanted to, right? So I think that situationships, unless you're somebody who's like good at them, I don't know who is good at them, guys are just a waste of time because you're never really going to get what you want from this person. And deep down, a lot of times you aren't really looking for that from that person. They're just somebody who sparks some sort of, attachment issue in you, abandonment wound, whatever it is that you need to work on in yourself. And they are just bringing it to light and they're putting you through this like trauma bond in your own mind because you are seeking validation from something outside of yourself, especially from somebody that you know is never going to give it to you.
So like I said, this is related to my last video, and it's kind of like in the period where you're stuck in limbo, where it's like, does this man like me? Does he not? If y'all are still in that talking stage 3 to 6 months after he doesn't like you, he has other hoes. And that's where it's also like just so interesting, the commitment issues that men have today, because there are so many readily available options on social media, dating websites, where they feel like, well, bitch, I don't care, I can just swipe and find other bitches to fuck. And that's where I'm just like, babes, delete the dating apps. I haven't been on the dating app since last July, and that was because my last humiliationship literally traumatized me so hard from dating apps and just who he is as a person. I said, I'm never doing this again. If I really want to meet someone, it will be organically and where I'm actually able to judge their character over a certain period of time. But this program is strict. It is strict. Like I said, you got a wristband. In my last video, I talked about needing a wristband to come in, and I think that's just the reference I'm gonna go off of because it's so funny, but it's also very indicative of what I'm talking about right now. Telling men that they need a wristband to get in is basically telling them that if you're not acting right, if you're not willing to do everything that I'm saying and not even go by the rules that I'm talking about, but just like respect me as a woman and respect the things and boundaries that I'm telling you, then you can't get in.
The thing I think a lot of women need to understand is that their situationships are not as deep nor as complex as they like to pretend that it is. You're getting played and you're okay with it. And if you acknowledge that and you're fine with that, that is okay. But you're getting actively played with. And I just want you to know that. Like, if you're talking to someone, God forbid, past 3 months and you're still calling it a fucking situationship, at this point, you're just friends with benefits. You're just friends with benefits. Because all he wants from you is attention and sex. And you give those things to him. So why would he need to give you anything else to get what he already wants from you? Do you get what I'm saying? And the gag is, the tea is, a lot of women are basically just getting soft rejected by these men because they don't want to be in a relationship with you, but they think you're hot enough to fuck. That is literally how that works. And of course, this is not the fault of the woman 100%. Like, again, there is a lot of onus on the guy who's like, I don't know, like playing all these like mind games, but it is your fault for staying and letting it happen. And don't get me started on the girls who are loyal to their situationship.
Y'all keep trying to beg a man to give you more and he's not going to do so. I have said so many of the times, a man needs to like you 10 times more, and he needs to know that he likes you 10 times more and that you can leave any opportunity given. You are not stuck to a man. You are not confined or tied to a man in any type of way. If you think that that's my man, he's only my man, you're gonna have a rude canon awakening event. And I know that I just merged all those together, but you're gonna have a rude awakening and a canon event all in one. So that's where I'm trying to forewarn you of to not embarrass yourself for a man, to not sit here and think that you have to literally ruin your life for a man. And that is another aspect I want to talk about in this video, is that I literally saw a girl talk about how she went to jail for a man and that her credit is fucked up, and everything that could go wrong goes wrong because women are so male-centered and pick me that they will ruin their life for a man before thinking about the consequences of how they can get in trouble for it too. Imagine you go to jail for a man, and women have done that. Women have killed other women for the fact that their man picked that woman over them. And that's where I'm talking about. You are in this humiliationship. You think that that man is supposed to like you. That man isn't supposed to be talking to any other women, and you're going psychotically insane because of, oh, well, it's a humiliationship. No, I'm not doing it. I'm being vulnerable right now, and I'm admitting I can't have a crush. And this is where I'm so happy that social media exists and that I don't have an original experience, or I can, but most of the time I don't, because I go feral. I go literally insane when I have a crush and it consumes me. And that's where I'm like, nope. I can't have a crush. I need to physically force myself to be like, yeah, you can think people are cute, but anything further, no.
And he asked me, he said, see you next month? See you next month? He hadn't ever asked me that before.
Until I have my life in check, whatever, unless that man, like I've said so many of the times, and like I said in my last video, if you are a man, if you're not benefiting to me, my lifestyle in any way, shape, or form, I don't give a damn. I just saw a funny video as well where it was like, don't even try to say anything to a girl who takes solo trips. Me. You are talking to someone who went to Bali by themselves for their 21st birthday, Dominican Republic for the 22nd birthday, went to Aruba just for fun, just because I wanted a vacation. Now I'm going, not disclosing the location just yet, but now I'm going to an amazing vacation that I've been planning that I'm so excited for. And that's where I'm just like, you think I need a man? And this is where I've said in my other video, dating below your tax bracket, struggle love isn't cute. People came for me because they're like, well, you don't want to grow with your man? No, because my man should already be established. My man should be established to the point where we're at, if he wants to take care of me, be my man, whatever, you still have to provide. And then we'll slowly have our come up and be able to say that we came up together and made even more money and became this power couple of that sort. But if a man at the moment cannot provide for what lifestyle I want to attain right now or what I can give myself right now, why are you here?
One of the top ways for you to stay out of bad relationships is to build a certain level of discernment. And this level of discernment is built from extrapolating someone's current actions out into the future. So basically what I'm saying is seeing what someone is doing at the level of the relationship that you're at right now, and then thinking to yourself, what does this look like at the next level, the next level, and the next level? So I was once talking to a girl, right? And long story short, I didn't want to talk to her anymore. A lot of shit happened. I didn't want to talk to her anymore, right? And at the end of that, phase of me basically saying, like, let's just be friends, you feel me? Like, we don't have to do this anymore. She had basically gotten the message that I wasn't really going to budge. So she had recently got me a gift. And she wanted me to give her the money that she paid for the gift. She wanted me to give that back to her. Mind you, I didn't ask her for this gift. She offered it. I didn't even know she was going to get the gift, right? Mind you, the gift was around $50, $60. It really wasn't that much money, right? So obviously I'm going to say no because for one, I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know you was getting it. And why the hell would I be giving you back bread for a gift that you got me that I didn't ask for? And on top of that, I've already spent way more money on you than you've ever spent on me anyway. So like, why? No, I'm not giving you back the bread. Like, what are you talking about? So that's initially what I was first saying. And then she made a comment. She was like, okay, I'll take you to small claims court. And I'm telling you guys right now, like, I was already done. But when she said that, like, all I could think is this is the type of person that will try to take my kids away from me. I don't even have kids. But that's just all I could think. Because once that comment was made, I already extrapolated it out to the future. And sometimes you could have conflicts with people and you guys could eventually resolve it. You feel me? See past differences and make up and shit. All of that is possible. But when people do certain things, it's just really no going back. So it was no going back. And that's what I mean by building that level of discernment and then extrapolating into the future. So me being me, I just sent her the money. Like, I eventually sent her the money. But the whole interaction, it just kind of disgusts me to the point that I even threw out the gift. Like, I didn't even want to see it no more. I sent the bread and I threw out the gift. Because I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to pay for a problem to go away. That's me. Like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay for convenience, but I'm also going to pay to be able to get rid of someone.
So many people were pressed. They were so pressed when I said, if a man isn't paying for my vacation, then he can stay home. And they were so pressed when I said that because they're like, well, wouldn't you want your man there? No, because if I'm already paying for this vacation to go solo, to be peaceful, you think I'm going to have a man coming and only paying half or only paying his dues, being able to sleep in the bed with me, being able to have these memories too, and I'm putting in just as much work? No. Just like I talked about in my last video, the reason why women are so about who they are, yes, we know the feminist movement, but it's because we are able to do a lot of things that we weren't able to do back then. Why do you think the current administration is trying to reverse all of those things and give women no rights? Y'all have to see the correlation between these things. We have to do some critical thinking. So if you're a woman and you're already a boss ass bitch, why the fuck are you dealing with a broke, dusty ass nigga? Please let me know, because this is where I get so stressed out when everybody was coming at me when I was saying don't date below your tax bracket as a woman, and I say that because when a woman helps a man, he uses that money to go and boost up another woman. But when a man gives that woman money, she boosts them both up. So that's why women say, no, we don't want to grow with y'all, because y'all are going to go use that money that you're not spending on me and going and spending it on another bitch. I've seen it so many times, and I don't even mean to say bitch like that, but like another woman. Just admit it.
If you're in a situationship, I'm gonna need you to leave that nigga yesterday. Bro, I was having a conversation with this dude at work, right? I asked him, I was like, you took your girlfriend off for Valentine's Day? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's cute. How long y'all been together? He was like, well, I wouldn't really call her my girlfriend. Unprovoked, this nigga gonna tell me, oh, but at any point, she could be my girlfriend. Like, if I wanted her to be. I was like, so why don't you? And he was like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship. I said to him, I said, you guys are already in a relationship. He was like, yeah, but if I want something else, if I see something else and I want that, I could go get that. That's not even a word. That's not even a word for what he said. I'm like, that's foul, but you guys are definitely in a relationship. He was like, nah, that's not my girlfriend. I might be her boyfriend though. I was like, you don't think she's talking to somebody else? He was like, nah. Oh, now I call Naye so she can hear the shit that I'm hearing. I'm like, so you just blown in the wind? You don't think you ever gonna want to make her your girlfriend? This nigga said, why would I make her my girlfriend if she's already doing all the girlfriend stuff? I was like, hold the motherfucking phone. She like, wait, what's the girlfriend stuff? He's like, this is what he did. He did this. He didn't just say it. Like, he did it like this and everything. He was like, she emotionally supports me and I just love her. You love her? I was like, can I get Shorty contact information? He was like, you could tell her. She not gonna believe you. Like, I know how to lie. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's easy. She's not gonna believe you. Naye said, at what point are you gonna make her your girlfriend? Like, will you ever do that? The dude is gonna say no. She can't do nothing special to make me want to make her my girlfriend. Nothing that she does is going to change the fact that I don't want a relationship with her, even though I love her, even though she emotionally supports me, even though I said, why don't you tell her you guys are never gonna be in a relationship? He said, nah. Why not? I was like, cause you know she's gonna leave you. And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, if she goes and finds somebody else is going to have something that I can't have. Ladies, this is what he said verbatim. I'm not making it up. This is what he said verbatim. This is what he said verbatim. I need to emphasize that these were his verbatim words. This is what came out of his mouth. Leave that nigga now. Leave that nigga today. Leave that nigga tomorrow. Leave that nigga yesterday. Like, leave him last week. Oh my god. Wow, that's scary. No, you're scary, mister. No, you're scary. No, that's scary. No, you're scary. No, you're terrifying, mister.
The money that you are saving from going 50-50 with your woman is going and being spent on another woman who refuses to go 50-50 and where you're okay with spending 100%. Men like to be bossed around. Men like it when women are mean to them. So why do y'all keep coddling them and giving them whatever they want? And this is where y'all have to understand that you're ruining it for the rest of us. When us women have standards, when we tell men, no, I'm not gonna have sex with you. No, I'm not gonna do these things unless I'm in a relationship. And the way for you to get in a relationship with me is to prove yourself, to be able to show me that you can do everything that I want in a relationship, pre-relationship. So when we get in a relationship, it's not like you're holding it against my head like, well, you said that if we get in no, you should already be providing that stuff. And that's where I'm looking at women where it's like, why are y'all accepting the bare minimum? Why are y'all accepting being humiliated? And then men come and look at us women crazy when we have standards. The suffering is not worth it. The suffering is not worth it. Once you detach from that man, and this is coming from a lot of women who had a situationship and then they, lived their life the way that they should, they realize how much energy was being sucked from them. And that is where I want to tell you that, isn't it very ironic that when you cut off certain people in your life, all of a sudden your life starts elevating? It's because those people were bringing you down on purpose. And that's exactly what this man is doing.
There is a moment that you will get in your situationship. You will have it where you realize why. Where you literally just have that moment. Maybe it's a text, maybe it's an argument, maybe it's just a random revelation that hits you and you think, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep trying for this person? Why do I continue to put myself in this position with this person? Why do I keep holding myself out for them, hoping, wishing, fantasizing that maybe it's gonna get better, or that maybe it's gonna be different, or that maybe I just need to struggle through this a little bit longer, and then we'll get to that moment where he realizes that he likes me, or that I'm actually so good for him. Why essentially do I keep trying to win over a man who doesn't even want me. It's a hard fucking pill to swallow. Hard pill to swallow. Definitely not a fabulous realization at all. But it's in that moment where you are just so fed up of whatever the situation is. So like, for example, for me, it was like, I am just so sick of always feeling like I'm at arm's length whenever you want me. I am always reachable. I'm always available. I'm always here. And you know it. And they fucking know it. And then as soon as they have gotten the validation from you because they feel like shit, or, you know, they just need someone to comfort them, and you're there, you're that comfort for them. As soon as they get that hit of validation from you, knowing that like they've got you wrapped around their finger, they ghost again. They're gone like the wind. And you are left there feeling so stupid, so awful, and getting down on yourself. What happens is when you get the pivot, you no longer feel like that, because the pivot becomes, I'm better than this. I'm literally better than this shitty ass experience, this half-ass, wonky ass, lame ass loser is trying to give me. I am worth more than someone's half-ass, sometimes, I don't know if I could do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not ready yet. I can't do it right now. Energy, like that lame ass energy. I'm better than that. I am worth more than that. The pivot comes when you've had enough, when it's happened one too many times and you are like, wow, shit, my best friend was right. My sister was right. Like everybody else was right, but I had the blinders on. I had the love goggles on, okay? And now I am seeing fucking clearly. I am seeing so much clearer. There's nothing better than the pivot from self-pity to self-actualization, like to self-worth, where someone's inconsistency becomes immediately disgusting, immediately no. What the fuck is that? You will have this realization and you will get sick of the inconsistency, of the ghosting, of that half-ass energy of someone who doesn't even see you, doesn't even really see you. And for your sake, I'm hoping that that time is right now with me, okay? I'm hoping that this is your time, bitch. Because the person that you're thinking about as we're going through this video is the exact person that we need to mentally break the fuck up with.
When you are investing all your energy into wanting to prove to a man that you can be in a relationship and why he should pick you, why pick me, choose me, love me, that's what y'all are giving on why he should choose you. You are using all that energy, putting it in a man when you can be putting it into yourself, elevating even more, and being on the same vibration as people who want to give you everything that you want, instead of you having to beg people who, I don't even want to say it as like they're below you, but when they're vibrating at a lower vibration, how are they going to even expect to want to give you those things if they're not even on the same vibration as you? This is where I'm telling you where it's okay to be single. It's okay to focus on yourself, to not humiliate yourself in these humiliationships, thinking that if you act the right way, if you have to change something about yourself, then you'll finally be picked. It's not going to happen like that. And if other people don't want to tell you, then I will. He is going to resent you. And I've said men hate getting help from women. They hate it. They will resent you, because if you give them that help and then it works out, they're going to fucking look at you not like, oh my God, thank you so much for helping me. They're going to be like, ain't no fucking way this bitch had the solution and she just told me how to do it. If a man is sitting there coming to you for help, I'm broke, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm going to pat you on the back and tell you you're smart and you can figure it out. Because like I said in my last video, men have the upper hand. You are able to accomplish so much more in this society just from being a man alone. And you're telling me that I, as a black woman, am able to vibrate higher than you, even though you have the advantage in this patriarchal society? What are we even talking about? Because no, I'm not going to subject myself to suffering and going 50-50 with a man when I can just give myself 100% and not expect anything out of it. Because when a man goes 50-50 with you, he still expects you to cook, clean, have sex with him, and do everything that should be 100% taken care of. But because you're willing to be humiliated for the sake of being in some sort of connection with a man, you're ruining it for the rest of us, like I've said. Stop being nice to these men. If they fuck up, if they do something wrong, tell them them about it, and if they don't change, then cut them off. I don't know why women are like, I don't repeat myself twice. You guys will sit there and give a man 100 million chances, and your friend fucks up and does something wrong one time, you're willing to cut them off. Make it make sense. I've had friends, ex-friends, who have chosen men over their friends, aka me, countless times, and when things don't work out, who are they running back to? Who are they apologizing to for yet again picking a man over their friends? I'm done hearing that same broken record over and over again. You women who excuse the shitty things that men have done over and over again, over being able to communicate with your friends and have that community, so when something does go wrong, you never left your community, so people will actually be a little bit more understanding. But it's you women who like will put this man on a fucking pedestal and they can't do nothing wrong, and you're willing, like I said, to give up your life for a man who doesn't even like you, who can't even give you the bare minimum, and you're willing to accept crumbs. Stop accepting crumbs because you're ruining it for the rest of people who expect a whole damn meal. If a man is not doing what they need to do, that's where the punishment comes in, and that's where you cut them off. Stop giving them your body. Stop giving them your sacred vagina. I don't know how many times I have to say it. If you haven't read the book, The Power of the Pussy, I highly suggest it. Go and read it, because you know what? If you want to be in a relationship, if you want to get these things out of men, at least use your vagina how it's supposed to be used, and that is to get the things that you want. As much as, oh my god, isn't that sex work? Isn't that, like I talked about in my last video, everything is already transactional as it seems. So if you don't want money, if you don't want whatever, but you want to be with this man and you want to have sex with him, use your pussy to your advantage, because otherwise, what are you doing? A lot of the ideas and mindset that I have is from listening to Sheree 7. If you don't listen to it, or you just find the clips online of her saying the most clickbaity things, you haven't listened to a real live. I have sat on a live for 4 hours, obviously like not a live, but like I've watched a live and it's 4 hours long. Put that shit in 2x. She is spitting facts, and people don't want to listen because they think that she's just mean and she's a gold digger. Bitch, if you ain't getting some money out of it, then what the fuck are you doing? If you aren't benefiting in some type of way, getting a connection or networking or whatever in some type of way, why are you even in that humiliationship to begin with? If a man is telling you straight up that you guys have two differing thoughts on what this looks like, if you're thinking, well, I think it could lead to a relationship, and he's like, well, I just want free pussy as long as I can get it, he's gonna do that. And especially if he doesn't have to take you out on dates, he doesn't have to give you flowers or do anything, and you're just willingly giving up your pussy, you're stressing me out and you're ruining it for the rest of us. Call it putting a price tag on my abstinence. I don't give a fuck. I'm not folding for a man unless I've seen that he is willing to actually provide and be 10 times more, if not 100 times more obsessed with me, and willing to literally give me everything I want. If you aren't willing to do that, I don't want it. Y'all are talking to someone who, one, has a bald black daddy, and two, is the youngest child. If you really don't think I expect to get everything my way, or at least in some type of aspect, you're talking to the wrong person. And like I've seen so many of the times, if someone says no, you're talking to the wrong person, because somebody out there is willing to say yes. So what I'm going to leave y'all off on is, if you're sitting here telling a man, I want a relationship, I want this, I want that, and he's telling you no, you are wasting your time and energy, and you are literally blocking your own blessings by continuing to stay in something that does not benefit you, when you can go out, focus on yourself, and allow yourself to attract the thing that you've been asking for. Stop ruining it for the rest of us because you just want some dick. Thank you very much. Cut that man off. Stop giving yourself, especially when you know that you have an anxious attachment style, stop stressing yourself out on a man who isn't doing anything and isn't benefiting you, isn't reassuring you, isn't doing the things to make you feel secure, okay? Anyways, I think I've yapped long enough. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.